Hello everybody. Today I have brought for you a fantastic mentalism effect with numbers. It is extremely easy to do, and the best part is you can do it anytime, anywhere with only 4 pieces of paper and a pen. So don't skip the video and watch till the end so that you don't miss out anything. I'm Kaushik Biswas and you are watching my channel Kaushik Biswas Magic. Every week I'm uploading several magic and mentalism tutorials on this channel. So if you have come for the first time or if you still haven't subscribed to my channel, I'll request you please support me by subscribing my channel. If you like this tutorial, please strike the like button, share this video with your friends and write in the comments how much you enjoyed watching this tutorial and how much your viewers enjoyed watching this beautiful piece of mentalism. Also, don't forget to strike the bell icon for new upload notifications. Oh yes, keep your notifications on. So without much ado, let me perform this trick for you first so that you can understand how strong the effect is, and then I'll tell you how to do it. So this is how it looks from the audience perspective. You need at least one spectator to perform this mentalism effect simply because you cannot read your own mind. But there is nobody here. Let us assume that you invited one of the spectators to sit beside you to help you in this test, and you hand him 4 pieces of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of paper. And these are extra pieces which I need during explanation. And let us say that somebody is seated beside you and you ask him to write down the age of 4 of his relatives or maybe his friends. Each one should be written on one of the papers. So let us say he writes 19 over here, so it is 19, somebody's age, and here he writes 22, and here he writes say elderly person, say 56, and finally he writes of a young kid, maybe 10 years old. So these are the 4 numbers written by the spectator for ages of 4 people, maybe of his family or maybe his friends, whatever. So what you do, you say that I'll also do the same thing. I'll also write down the age of 4 of my relatives at the back of these pieces of paper. So saying what you do, you just turn them towards yourself. You write somebody's age over here. Somebody's age is 25. And all right. You can place it over here like this. Everybody can see there is no problem at all. And at the back of this one, you write somebody's age here. Somebody's age is written over here too. So now you hand this over to the spectator and ask him to mix up these numbers. He mixes up these numbers like so, and then you ask him to place it on the table. Now all this time, after you have written your friends' ages, you turn away and you have absolutely no idea as how these are placed on the table. So what is the arrangement? You have no idea. And you then tell him that you ask him to turn 2 cards at a time. 3 times he can do it. So let us say he turns these 2 cards at a time, these 2 cards at a time, and then these 2 cards at a time. By this time, what you have done is, on a piece of notepad, you have written a number. You ask him to add these 4 numbers. Now, whatever the answer is, you show that your prediction matches 100% correctly. Whatever the answer comes. Remember, he can turn this over and he mixes the cards, and the ages are the random ages. You had no idea what he is going to write. There is no preset numbers. So it looks very, very impossible when it is performed before a spectator. Maybe it is not exciting because I'm doing it all by myself, but believe me, this is going to be something really interesting when you are performing before live audience. Now let us get into the secret. At the same time, I take the opportunity to tell you that if you want to take your magic to the next level, please consider joining as a member of my channel in level 2 or higher. That is because in level 2 and in the higher levels, I am sharing some really commercial and professional magical secrets which I cannot discuss in the open area of my channel for obvious reasons. Every week I'm uploading some new wonderful effects that I have been performing in my own paid gigs. So enjoy those wonderful tricks and make your audience amazed. Well, that is the effect that I discussed just now, and now how to do it. You need 4 pieces of paper. I am using a little bit stiff paper, but you can do it with any paper. And you invite somebody and you tell him to write down the age of 4 random people. So when he's writing the age of some random people, it is obvious that the numbers will not be very high. For example, 327 or 400, because it will be the age of a person, and maximum number of times it will be below 70 or 80 maybe. You can also tell him that write down the ages of some young people in your family. So that way the numbers will be smaller and it will be easy for you to calculate in your mind. There is a very simple calculation involved. Now let us say that he writes these 4 numbers. We'll take some easy numbers so that you can understand the procedure and what you need to do. But believe me, it is not very difficult. The final addition can be done with a calculator. If the spectator feels it comfortable, he can use a calculator from his mobile, and you can do the calculations in your mind very easily. But if you are not confident of getting the correct answer in your mind, if you are not that good in mental arithmetic, doesn't matter. You take the notepad and you can write them down, and then finally come down to an answer even before the spectator have put the numbers on the table. So it is very, very interesting. Let us say the first number he writes is say 13. So somebody's age is 13 and he writes 13. So when he writes 13, you have to keep that number in your mind. 13. Remember that. Now, you are not turning away when they are writing the numbers. So, it is 13. You keep 13 in your mind. The next number he writes is, let's say, 20. So, here is 20. somebody's age again. And you remember 13 and you also remember 20. These two numbers should be added in your mind. So 20 plus 13 is 33. Remember 33. The next number he writes is say 62. So 20 plus 13 is 33 plus 62. So forget about 2, add 60 to 33. That means 93 plus 2 is 95. Remember 95 in your mind. So it is very, very easy. With a little bit of practice, you can add these numbers in your mind. But again, I'm telling you, if you are not confident about your mental arithmetic, you can write these numbers later on. Just remember 13, 20, 62. So 13, 20, 62, here is 82, 95. 95 is the total, remember that. And finally, he writes somebody's age, it is say 15. So 95 plus 15 is 110. So 110 is the number. Now, after he has written these four numbers, you can write down the total. How? Add 30 mentally to this number. That means 110 plus 30 is 140. So 140 will be the total. You can do this even before you have written your numbers. You can do this, but don't write the prediction at this moment. Just add them in your mind, or keep in your mind 13, 20, 62, 15. 13, 20, 62, 15. Just keep it in your mind. Now you said that I'm going to, now I'll write it down so that we don't forget. So it is 110 plus 30 is 140. So 140 will be the total. 140. Remember, 140 will be the total. And we are going to put this line here, over here, in order to denote that these numbers are written by the spectator. Now, you are going to write your numbers. But in reality, these lines should not be there. But so that you can understand that these are the numbers given by the spectator, I have given these lines. So you turn over the first one and mentally add 15 to this number. So it is 13 plus 15 is 28. So you write 28 over here. 28. Here is 20. Again, add 15, 15 to this number, that is 35. So the number will be 35. This is your number. Here is 62 plus 15 is 77. 77. 77. So you write 77. And here is 15. So add 15 to it and you get 30. So these are the numbers written by you. It looks as if these are also random numbers, ages of somebody, some 4 people from my family or my friends. Now you hand this over and ask the spectator to mix them up, keeping in mind not to turn it over. Don't turn it over. So he mixes the numbers as much as he wants to, and you turn away while he's doing so. Now he places these numbers in any order he likes. So he places them. So all these numbers are now facing up. You don't turn it around. You give him instruction from there, turning away. You say that you hold any 2 numbers and turn them over. Any 2 numbers and turn them over at a time. So let us say he turns these 2 numbers and then you say do it again. He can turn these over again if he wants to, but if he wants, he can turn one of the previous one, but it is all up to his choice. So he turns these over, and for the 3rd time he turns over, let us say, these 2 numbers. So finally we have these numbers. Or you can also tell him that he can turn this over 3 times in any other way. For example, he can turn over these 2 and then these 2 and then again these 2 and then again these 2. It is all up to him. So let us put these spectators' numbers facing up. These are the spectators' numbers. You are turning away. So as per your instruction, he turns these 2 over and then he turns these 2 over and again he turns these 2 over. Now you notice that 2 of the spectators' numbers are facing up and 2 of your numbers are facing up. Doesn't matter. You don't turn around. You just tell him to add these numbers. So 30 plus 77 is 107 plus 13, 107 plus 13 is 120. 120 plus 20 is 140. It is the total. It will always work because there is mathematics behind this trick. So let us try this in a different way. These are the numbers written by the spectator, and you ask the spectator to turn around 2 of the numbers. Let's say he turns these 2, then he turns again these 2, and finally he turns these 2. And now these are the numbers which are facing up. Now let us add this together in order to see whether I'm right or not wrong. Again, the total will always be 140. So 15 plus 77 plus 28 plus 20. So this is the sum, and it is 15 plus 5. 15 plus 5 is 20, so 2 carried over. It is 6, 11. It is 6 plus 7 is 13 plus 1 is 14. Again, the number is 140. Your prediction will always be correct. Now, this principle can be used in many other ways. I just want you to excavate this principle. If you come up with any new routine where this principle can be applied, please share that in the comment section. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. Also, perform this and let me know how your viewers enjoyed this magic. See you again next time in the next video. Till then, bye bye.